I'm with Monica Paolini. Monica owns a PhD in cognitive science. So quite an interesting discussion we had yesterday with Monica. And we talked about artificial intelligence, something that many companies talk about these days. Monica, what do you think about the place that AI has in today's world? Is this something that belongs to the real world or just the future?
Well, it's interesting since I've been doing some work, like from a research point of view, to see that actually has some real interest to actually apply it. However, I think we have to be careful because it's not like artificial intelligence is something we know everything about. It's something you get off the shelf, inject in the network, and boom, everything it's going to be working perfectly. I think there is a lot of work to do. And in fact, I would settle for intelligence without the artificial part for the network because there is so much we can today add to the networks to make them more intelligent, more better at using the network resources that are available. So what I would say is that today's networks are very inefficient in the sense that what we try to do is that we still have a brute force approach where you try to throw as much bits through the pipes as you possibly can. And that's, it used to be good, but it's no longer sufficient. We need to be a little bit more careful what bits are more important than others, which ones contribute to the experience that the subscribers have. Sometimes it might look like the network works perfectly well, but the subscriber is not happy. How do we figure it out? So we need to add intelligence to the network. Be a little bit more careful, a little bit more subtle about how we interpret what the network tells us about the performance.
So in short, if you were to help an operator to boost their network's IQ, what do you feel is required to boost a network's IQ?
Well, a lot of things. You need to learn to look at the network end to end and look at it from the perspective of the subscriber. If the subscriber is unhappy, you need to understand where is the problem. And you need to understand it not by using averages across the country and not just using historical data. That's still important to do. But I think that what we need to do is to understand how the network works right now at that location and optimize it, fix any problem, understand what the problem is. Sometimes it's not trivial because you might have a problem in your handset. Maybe it's in the network, it's not even a problem. Maybe your handset is the problem. So the same kind of problem can be due to different causes. And just calculating the average is not going to do it. So you need to understand where the problem is and in real time understand it and fix it. Real time is an entirely new concept, but I think it's very important in order to maximize the use of the resources that the operators have.
And so in that context, how do you see the role of active testing as part of this solution to improve or increase the network's IQ? You
need to have both active and passive. So we're in a situation where no longer testing is something you do when you're done, that's it. I see testing as a continuous activity in the network to understand what's going on, especially in virtualized networks. The network is not the same. The network keeps changing, so you can just test and then go home. So you need to use a combination of active and passive, understand what works better. And because you have to do so much more in terms of testing, you need to have it automated, because otherwise it's you can't possibly do it. There's just too much data that you're dealing with. So it's an entirely new approach. It's not like, let's do the testing, check, and we're done.
Not that easy.
No more.
Right.
But it's good. But so this is the thing: is that you add complexity, it becomes harder, obviously. But it's also an opportunity to use the resources you have better. So you extract more value out of what you have. So it's not something that becomes harder, but you don't get anything out of it.
So my conclusion is that good enough testing is just not good enough anymore.
No.
And it never was for us anyways. So that's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, but I would say that in the past, even if you had all this data and you knew, you've done all the real time and so on, it was useless because you couldn't change the network in real time. So knowing about the network would have been kind of frustrating because you know what the problem is, but there's nothing you can do. So now operators have many more tools to actually use that information. That's crucial because they can actually change, for instance, the content that is being served to the subscriber. So if you understand that you're in a situation that you don't have enough capacity in some location, you can work on the content. You cannot change the infrastructure overnight, but you can start like that. So there is some use to it.
Thank you, Monica.
Thank you.